people posting these videos and like drawings and fan art.
Oh yeah,
of Pico.
like Pico making out with boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin'. And it brought in a lot of references to Newgrounds. And it introduced a lot of people to Newgrounds and Newgrounds characters and lore and stuff. Except apparently not, because you told me some things about Pico yesterday that I had no idea about and I found shocking.
I didn't know that wasn't like common knowledge.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like there's a lot of people that don't actually know where some of those characters came from.
Yeah.
Me being one of them, because I was not the Newgrounds kid. I didn't grow up on Newgrounds. Dalton, on the other hand, was like raised by them.
Basically.
He used to have an account. He knew and talked to a lot of people that I'm still surprised that he talked to. And even I managed to talk to once I met you, but like people who work on things like Smiling Friends, you know, Dalton knew a lot of people.
Too many.
You're like a little baby that was raised by wolves.
Pretty much.
All the stories I hear. Jeez Louise. Can't even touch on some of the things on here because it's just too much.
So let me give a little lore here for those of you who have no idea who Pico is. So the creator of Newgrounds, Tom Fulp, he basically made these characters like on a whim because he was making this game where you were running from school. That's where Pico comes from. You're the fleeing student.
So shocked because I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure he got in a lot of trouble at the time.
Tom Fulp?
Yeah, like people were pissed at him. I think it was on the news. Like
on the news.
That version of being canceled back then is basically what he was going through. So like, yeah, I'm like really just surprised to see all of these young people.
Kitty Crew.
Oh yeah.
Dalton.
That was okay.
Shoot, I'm not paying attention. Wait.
That was not planned.
Dalton, you were part of the Kitty Crew.
I know. I forgot that they used the Kitty Crew as the original, like, first wave in this game. So Emi in the background is playing Portal Defenders, which is a game that was uploaded a long time ago on Newgrounds, and it just features a bunch of, like, groups and lore and references to the community. And, yeah, I forgot, like, the first wave of people are from the group that I was a part of, which they didn't use my name. No, they didn't. I'm not in there.
Aww.
I'm pretty sure it's because they messaged
oh my god,
John, and he just didn't name drop me. That's okay.
Wow.
But yeah, that was something I forgot happened. We didn't really get acknowledged a lot, so like this was actually like a really big deal for everybody.
What was the Kitty Crew? Can you tell me? Because I didn't realize that you guys were so prominent that you'd end up in something like this.
Well, we weren't really prominent enough to have like our own collection. If we have one, it was after like years of begging Tom.
Collection?
Like, you know how you were just browsing like a playlist of stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's like not something that everyone gets to do on Newgrounds. Like, only like certain things get made into collections. So like, it was very difficult for us because we were nuisances, honestly. We would exploit the system. We were like, half of us were hacking the site while the other half was like making really edgy jokes. And
yeah, that's Newgrounds, huh?
I have gotten really stern PMs from Wade Fulp, who is his brother. He's deleted my accounts before and threatened to delete like...
Tom Fulp's brother?
Yeah, I pissed him off really bad one time. I don't want to get into those details.
Yeah?
But, I essentially uploaded something that upset him very much.
Yeah, wasn't that like everybody? Didn't everybody upload things that upset Wade?
Oh yeah, Wade was...
shoot.
He was just the moderator, and everyone just sort of like characterized him all the time. Everyone drew Wade with his sunglasses. And it was probably just like this random photo of him that like just started circulating. Everyone just drew him that way.
Yeah.
Oh, Wade Fulp. He's like AI generating himself like into oblivion. I think he's I don't know if he's okay. Like he AI generated himself like as Taylor Swift.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that's what the people who
basically
started Newgrounds are up to.
He became his own like caricature maker. He just turns himself into stuff now.
Wouldn't this be better if you were playing it?
No. Why would it be better if I was playing it?
Because I can't hold a conversation and do this.
I genuinely forgot that we were the first wave.
Dear
just
God.
Clicking over there.
I can't talk while I'm trying to fight things. What did you expect of me?
I thought you were going to get a little like further. I really didn't think
What?
You would have to play like the same thing over and over again.
Oh, screw you.
But yeah. Basically, like, if you Google anything about the Kitty Crew, you're probably going to find a lot of, like...
Dude, I suck.
Actually, I wouldn't Google it. I don't know what you're going to find.
Yeah.
You're probably not going to find anything savory. Things completely out of character for us.
And that is to say that the Kitty Crew was a crew.
Yeah.
It was a lot of people.
Listen,
right?
I was one of, like, the moderators and, like, community organizers, and I'm not written in the wiki. I don't know why. So, like, you won't find anything about me specifically just because I was one of the people who more so organized projects rather than participated in, like, the chaos of stuff.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, anytime I participated in the chaos of stuff, it came off really annoying to them.
No, really?
It really did. Like, because I was, like, 12.
Oh, right.
Trying to fit in with, like, a bunch of, like, edgy people.
Yeah, you were literally 12.
Yeah.
And, like, raised on being as edgy as possible.
They probably, like, just saw me as, like, someone who was, like, annoying. Like, imagine you're part of, like, this forum group where, like, people are, like, making stuff, and then you post something that's just, like, a joke, and then some, like, 12-year-old is like, actually, you cannot post that on this forum.
Oh, my God.
That was probably me, honestly.
That's what you were doing?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't explicitly like that, but I was like somebody who was like, that's not what the rules say you can do. I was like that more probably than I realize, but that's most likely why some people found me annoying. Ow. But that is where I met a lot of like my initial like animator friends was that group. Because there were some people who kind of broke out of it. And there were some people who kind of like joined it as a joke, I feel like. But like they didn't actually do anything. Like what's his face? Hot Diggity Demon, I think, joined once.
Hot Diggity Demon.
I don't know why. He just drew the cat. If you go back on his Newgrounds, you'll find it. And that's like basically it, because like to join you had to draw the cat or something. I'm pretty sure that was one of the requirements. And like your application was considered based on like who you were in the community and like how much you wanted to participate. And so like anyone who was like of star status at that time, it really didn't matter if they were going to participate or not. They mostly got in just because of the chance that they might do something. But yeah, there were a lot of
groups, right? Like Clock Crew, I know is a popular one, right?
That's probably like the definitive group. If you were going to like label like the group of Newgrounds, that would probably be the one that's like been around the longest and has done the most.
Clock Crew, from my perspective, was just fruits with clock faces.
That's all it is.
But why?
Because things like people don't get to experience anymore with stuff like that is a lot of people at the time were using this code on their clocks, on the faces, and they would actually display your clocks, like the actual clock on your computer. It would display the real time on their face. Some of the old ones.
Really?
Yeah. Not all of them did that, but some of them
with Flash.
Some of them did that. Like there were a lot of Clock Crew members that like stood out for doing crazy things. Like There was one person who was like rupee clock, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Zelda rupees.
All right.
And he would just like always do things out of the typical style. Because what these crews would do is they would make like a sprite sheet basically of all of like their characters. And then they would distribute that sprite sheet to all the crew members. And they're like, okay, if you're going to make cartoons, you can use these graphics. And then you would just have different artists come in and redo the graphics. So like a lot of the original like Clock Crew stuff looks like heavily gradient and like really ugly looking. But then like eventually I think some guy came along and made like better looking art, and then that got distributed. And as time went on, like more people joined the group, they threw their own characters in, and that's it. And yeah, what you're watching is that's it. That's it. There's nothing more. It was like,
huh?
Yeah, so like basically the reason why this is like an art piece on Newgrounds is because they got it to pass under judgment. It was not possible to pass something under judgment that was this low quality. So the fact that the crew could band together and make something that passed judgment.
That's right. How did it? Okay, explain how it worked to upload and get things onto Newgrounds, because it wasn't like any other art site.
I don't think any site does it like they do. Like,
or that like they did. I don't think it's
I don't know
the
what
same.
they do now, but I'm pretty sure they still have judgment. Passing judgment was getting a score above 1.65 for a while.
And like people had to vote on submissions, like new submissions, to see if they would actually pass. And it was community driven.
So basically, like if your submission was like really terrible, then it would blam like really fast.
And blamming was getting a 0 and it wouldn't get published.
It would just delete it. Yeah, it would delete it. So it publishes it. And
Turd of the week.
One of two things have to happen. Either you're projected to like blam, so like your score is too low and it's impossible for you to get enough votes to pass.
Yeah.
And it just auto kills it. Or you get 200 votes. After that 200 votes, your submission passes. And then the score finalizes. And then by the end of the day, if you are to retain a high score, then you can get a daily reward. There are ways to cheat it, or at least there were, where if you submitted your submission like really late at night, then you would get the initial score. Because usually, from my experience, because like when it's under judgment, the score was not shown. You couldn't see what the score was. Yeah. So
things that have star ratings and scores here. See?
Yeah. So like if your score was really low, then the chances are that it's going to like go up when it passes. But sometimes your number gets inflated where it's really high. And then after it passes, it deflates back to where it should be, right? Yeah. So if you are to like upload something and it passes right around midnight, you can actually use that inflated number to your advantage and get a daily reward. But that's only if you are overshooting what the score is supposed to be, not under. So yeah, that was like the meta back in the day. I don't know if that's still like relevant, but that's how we. And
it could easily be manipulated by little shit
groups.
turds.
Yeah, they've patched a lot of the methods that I knew about.
Of course.
Yeah.
You and your older brother.
Well, no,
your Newgrounds accounts.
No. I learned a lot from the group.
I'm just saying, you both would do things to manipulate your score.
Oh yeah.
Like
I kept
all
some
your
trade
IPs.
secrets.
Ooh, you did some evil things.
They don't work anymore. Basically, like things were pretty bad when there were two things that got really bad. One, a bunch of accounts were getting hacked with high vote power.
Yeah.
So like basically if you vote a lot on Newgrounds, your votes like sway big time. So your one vote could be worth like 10 votes if you've been like voting for like a long time. Mm-hmm. So we had a list of accounts that had like high voting power at the time. And we would just try and log into like whatever. And if you used proxies at that time, which are like that era's VPNs. You
Yeah.
could just swap your IP and log in to a different IP and vote again. That's how it was getting done. But then they kind of caught on and they're like, hey, wait a minute. Like, we gotta, not only do we have to clog these holes, but you have to be logged in if you want to vote, because like that was another thing. You could just vote logged out.
Yeah.
So like if you just swapped a VPN and you didn't have accounts to burn through, you just like wash the VPN until you got a vote in, basically. And the thing is, like, everyone was using them, so you don't know how many times I would be doing that to a submission and it would just tell me it's already been voted on. And sometimes it's like my own stuff. People are messing with me. Oh man, it was really bad back in the day. Oh my god.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wanna tell me
People
about
were
it?
really like fighting it. Oh yeah, that's
What the
old
scores
votes.
is. Yeah, I'm looking at this. The old vote, the way the voting.
Yeah.
So there was categories for art. Oh my god. There was categories for art scores. There was categories for animation scores and games and audio.
Yeah. Yep. They had the 3 portals. And then the art portal came like in like 2010 or 2009 or something. Came
Is that
pretty
why
late.
you tried to get me to post my art to
Yeah.
Newgrounds? Because it was newer?
Yeah, it was like brand new at the time.
Oh.
They were trying to get
I
artists.
didn't know
on.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, for the longest time, it was just like Flash games, Flash movies, audio, and music. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's it. Games and music and movies. That's it. There was a forum, I guess. You could consider that like its own thing.
And
but-
the worst ratings you can give had fun little speech bubbles.
Blam this piece of crap.
I'm gonna myself.
Oh
I
my
hope you
God.
die in a fire.
Yeah. Her thing is all about being suicidal.
Yeah, so I guess this character who is like the I have to keep mentioning not five nights of Friday Night Funkin' because that's where people recognize these characters from now. This character takes the place of Girlfriend as like the background, sitting on the music. And Dalton was showing me the game that she comes from, and it's all about offing yourself.
Yep, pretty much.
Like the game is about different methods of doing that. And I didn't know. Crazy. Newgrounds really just like grew on being edgy.
It
Edgy
was.
that's why I was scared of it though. I was genuinely scared to use Newgrounds.
Yeah, but like look how many things have been coming out of it, like especially lately. It's
because it was the place for like aspiring animators.
you could
and,
actually
like, game
experiment
people and-
like unfiltered. Like you were able to really realize like where the lines were, where you could like where jokes were funny, where they weren't funny.
And people would
were
tell
allowed
you.
to fail.
They were definitely going to tell you Newgrounds comment sections are nothing like any other art comment sections because people genuinely gave critiques, like
Yeah.
thorough, thought out critiques, and you can like rate the piece with your comment.
And if you considered them, like you earned those artists respect at the end of it. Like they're like, dude, you took my advice. Nice.
Yeah, if you like the community on Newgrounds was so much more close knit, but also like super toxic in its own way too.
Oh yeah. We were all mean to each other at the same time.
Yeah, y'all were terrible.
We were so mean.
Like you'd get into calls with people. Hey, hang on, I need to go bully this guy real quick.
Pretty much.
And that
it
was that.
like that.
Y'all just bullied each other.
Yeah.
Bet most of you are just repressed gays, and that's how you got it out.
Oh my God.
I know it. I know what you are. You can't hide from me.
No, that is definitely not
listen,
gay with those people.
Because there was this one guy that really liked to bully you and was like really proud of bullying you and like bullying people. And when I came in and I started hanging out with you more, he was like, "You stole my dog from me. Bitch, you were gay." That's gay as hell.
I don't know why they saw me like that.
They were so attached to you, and when I came into the picture, they suddenly got really territorial. Like they had to pull you by the collar. They were seeing you as like some little bottom.
I always had people in the community who've like felt like they could push me around. That's probably
you were a
why
little twink.
I'm not as attached to people anymore.
You're a little twink, and you
oh
like.
Don't you dare!
You definitely used to be.
Okay, if I was a twink, I would be like, "Oh, please forgive me." No, dude, I kicked those people to the freaking curb when they started treating me like shit.
Yeah,
treating me like a dog. I'm not a fucking dog. I'm a cat.
Yeah, you're my cat. You're my pussy cat. No. I'm sorry. My mom watches these. And I forget, and I have to make sure I'm not too much of a freak. Mom, I love you. I love you, Mom. I'm sorry there's no lemon in here. My mom's been asking for a lemon, but there's no lemon yet, so there will be. I'm mentioning it now. Hi, Mom. I love you. Okay. Phew. Oh, yeah. And
this is the best video to be talking to your mother. Oh, yes.
Oh, God. I don't even know if she gets through all of these because, like, I don't blame her if she doesn't, but my mom is very supportive, so I just wanted a little shout out there. Anyway,
I'm just like really surprised that these characters have taken on a life of their own it's just like completely outside what it was for us. Like these characters are being repurposed for like another generation.
I think that's cool. I think it's cool when we can have a resurgence of things that other people really cared about. And then you show the next generation, hey, look at this stuff we cared about. And then they're like, cool, I care about it.
Not gonna lie, though, all the character shipping probably would have been taken completely as a joke.
I think that's
everyone
so funny.
would have thought you were joking back then.
I see so much art of Pico with I'm not even part of these fandoms, okay? I literally don't play these games. And that's
Nobody,
fine,
listen, if you got glimpses into the future and you saw that art, you would not believe anybody if they told you that like people were unironically shipping these characters. Like these are not coming from like jokes. These are like nobody would believe you.
Kind of like what happened with Ed's World, huh? Because Ed's World originated on here, and I don't know if people really like talk about it the same way that they used to.
I honestly don't know what the fans of Ed's World today, like who got introduced to it.
No, you want to know what they're doing? Because I've seen it on Tumblr.
I don't even know if like
they turn them into furries and they make them gay.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. I swear there's accounts and accounts and accounts and accounts dedicated
That's
to
weird.
Furry Ed's World gay.
That is really weird.
There's like some kind of pipeline, I swear. Some kind of gay furry pipeline.
Oh my God.
That originates in Newgrounds.
Wow.
I know a lot of y'all are furries. I know a lot of y'all are gay.
That's just like, that's completely different from the original audience. The original audience was like, I just can imagine them in my head. They're a completely different breed from that.
Breed?
No, like for real. Like their sense of humor was like a mix of like British and Newgrounds edge.
British?
No, really.
Oh, you mean like cynical?
That like cynicalness.
That's what you mean.
That was like the brand of humor where it's like, but like in kind of like a sarcastic way. It was, different times. That's why it's just weird that like.
But you know, it's not that weird because we have people drawing dicks all the time. Wieners. Newgrounds is all about wieners. It's all about wieners.
Being funny.
Yeah, they're so funny, huh? They're so funny. Let me just draw this and sculpt this meticulously detailed,
the
beautiful
things that
cock.
I did were like crazy, and they really weren't. You have no idea what the community was like.
I never knew that guys drew penises so often until I met Dalton.
Oh my God.
I'm legitimate.
I'm pretty sure it's more so a like thing from the community, like the Newgrounds people.
The amount of penises. I started drawing penises. I'm like, oh, well, this is what the cool guys are doing. So
cool guys. Yeah,
I thought Dalton was so cool.
He was so cool.
He was so different. Okay, in like 2010, I was weeaboo. Okay, I was just like full blown weeaboo, and then weeaboo meets edgelord.
Newgrounds.
Penises, and he like says bad words and he draws like crazy twisted things, And he's friends with crazy, twisted people. Oh, man, I'm talking to a bad boy.
Oh, my God.
He picked on me in a way that I liked.
And you still want me to pick on you,
Yes.
which is something to this day that people still see and go, huh? Why are you so mean?
No, that's the dynamic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you might be wondering, why do we look like this?
It's because we are talking about what we're talking about.
We want it to be weird, somewhat grotesque.
Like we are Newgrounds characters.
Yeah, so Dalton's got some teeth.
Meh.
And I was literally plucked right from the earth. So this is what we look like before we get ready. We make ourselves presentable for you. If we didn't spend time, take a shower, brush our teeth, this is what we look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I have booby
Maybe
arms.
we'll look like this more often if we look. And I don't know. Do you guys like this? Let us know.
I have exposed nerve endings if you look closely and carefully.
Yeah, don't pinch them.
No, pinch them.
Oh.
I want you to pinch them.
Or I'll stomp on them.
Sorry.
Anyway, check out the playlist here. We have a lot more things we've discussed.
Yeah.
And we have more coming.
Yeah.
Don't forget to become a channel member. You want to be a gamer Chad? Show up on screen?
We got some cool stuff too for you.
For the gamer lads.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.